Just peachy. Just peachy.
Peachy.
I think we got some good selections.
That's
we got
good.
some good selections for the movie. I had a hard time.
All right.
Yeah, let me know when you send it
We
out,
got a
and
new
I'll
TV. We're
share
so
it too.
excited.
I
Yeah, I'm
saw
live.
that.
It's live, Desmond. I know. It's like I went from DVD gen to 4K. So like, oh my god, it's insane.
Now you
It's
can really.
ridiculous.
Now
I
you
swear,
can,
one
like-
of these days, I want to meet you guys. Seriously, I bet you're just the coolest.
Oh, I know. We've all been talking about like getting together at some point.
Wow, there's
but-
a delay in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we all should meet up. I met Derek a while back, but just Derek.
I know. I would love that. It'd be so fun. You guys will have to like come to Florida. Desmond, you're in California, right? You're all the way at the other end.
I'm
You're at
all the way
end
over
of the
here.
hallway.
The only thing I've never been to
All
is
the
if
way
he
over
went to
here.
a convention.
He's at the other end of the hallway. Oh Lord. I'd like honestly the West Coast sometime. Not so much California, but I would really like to go to Washington, Alaska, like Oregon, over there. I love everything about the Northwest. I really want to see an orca whale. Not at SeaWorld.
Yeah. Seattle is amazing. I love Seattle.
I want to go so bad.
It's beautiful over there.
I'm posting the links everywhere, then I'll be ready.
Okay, cool. I'll post it too. Let me get the link here.
Get double up. We're not playing no games. This is the definitive action movie rankings between us. Everybody needs to be watching this.
Well, I did all VHS because I was like, okay, if I can find some VHS that you guys haven't picked, maybe we can have a bit more of like a variety.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got all
There were
mine
some
on DVD
movies that
Blu-ray.
I wanted to put, and Derek was like, you can't put that on the list. And I'm like, well, why not? And he said, they're not, nobody would know what they were. And that's the best movies. The best movies are the ones that nobody always knows about.
I do
it's
that
true.
too.
It's true. Actually, give me 1 second. I do have a couple of honorable mentions I want to bring up.
Damn,
Yeah, I
should've thought
grabbed
about
some
that.
honorable mentions in case we get done early like we did the other day.
I told him, I was like, we've got to do honorable mentions because I had a hard time. But I think Derek made a good list. I got some 90s throwbacks in here.
Taylor's got some nice outside the box choice.
John Kyle said he's already going to get triggered watching this.
Probably gonna get triggered. Uh-oh.
John Kyle, I got some great picks. You gotta like what I pick on these picks.
I know for a fact one of my picks is going to trigger John Kyle because I was literally thinking about him when I picked him. You'll know when we get to it.
He
Corey.
literally, when he was picking stuff off the shelf, he's like, oh, this will make so-and-so angry. I'm like, you
God.
did it.
That's Derek's first thought. He wants to trigger someone.
He's always looking for a way to get
Poor
someone.
Derek under the
Are
bus.
people going to get triggered? No, then it's not worth picking.
Poor guy.
Oh my god. Let's get this on.
I'm ready now.
I'm
He's
ready.
ready.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna
John just said, Derek, you can't pick that way.
go ahead and start. I'm just gonna mute myself for a minute while I tweet some stuff out.
Okay. So I'm gonna just say what we're doing on the video today. So today we're gonna do our top 5 action movies, and what we're gonna do is like Derek and Desmond's streams before I've been on. We're just gonna say each one of the movies that we pick for each number, and then we'll describe them afterwards. So, yeah, I think it'll be pretty fun. We already got 4 people here. We got John Kyle. We got nice ass Emma Doe.
Yep.
And then I don't think anybody else yet.
Nice ass.
This is not a nice ass
I'm not
Emma Doe.
Emma
This is
Doe.
Taylor.
I am Taylor, not Emma Doe.
She does have a nice ass.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
How are you gonna embarrass me like that? Come on now.
You guys
Come
are
on,
funny.
that's a compliment. What?
You gotta be in the shot too.
You should see us in our
Taylor.
everyday life. We seriously, I wish we could do like our own like YouTube videos or our
We
own
do.
channel. No, I'm seriously. Some of the stuff that we do, it's just wild.
If people
like,
recorded some
people
of our
recorded,
arguments and
you would
stuff,
laugh so bad. Oh my gosh, you would die.
you should have heard us arguing about these lists earlier. Taylor would try to pick certain things, and I was like, "Oh, you can't pick that because nobody's probably seen that movie, and then it's gonna be awkward." I was like, "I'm not letting you be awkward on this stream."
He said that. I was like, it's not gonna be awkward.
But I put them in honorable mentions, though. So.
Yeah, I had some really important honorable mentions.
I got like 5 honorable mentions if we had time. Anyways, Corey, continue. I'm interrupting you as always.
You're okay. Should we get started with we'll just name off our number 5 each, and then we'll talk about it afterward. Each movie. So I guess I'll go first, and mine is one
Just
that I don't
like
know if
we've
you
been
guys...
doing. I like that format. You got to be careful because there's a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, I've noticed there is a lag. My number 5, I don't know if both of you guys have seen this, but it's Leon the Professional. Really love this movie. Great movie.
I have not.
Have you seen it, Derek?
Okay, for at least. No, but at least Desmond's seen it, so maybe I'll give you a new watch to check out.
I'm pretty sure that actor, though, on that cover of that movie is in one of the movies that I have in my hand. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It looks like him.
Jean Reno. This also has Natalie Portman in it as well.
Yeah,
as a little girl.
She's like 12 years old in that movie.
Yeah, she's really young.
Oh,
but that's my number 5. Derek, you go next. We'll just go down like the line.
No, I think John Kyle will like this one. I tried to pick like a diverse, like different kinds of action movies, and I tried to pick stuff except for one that I didn't think you guys would pick. So it's a 2-pack, but I'm going to go with my favorite John Wick movie, John Wick 2.
Nice.
I would have maybe picked that, but I don't have them in my collection. I don't own any of them yet.
For shame. Shame this man.
And I need to see the third one too. Actually, I haven't seen the third one yet either. I've only seen the first 2. I hear the third one's
You need
awesome.
to see them all. They're all.
I like the first 2.
Plus Halle Berry. Come on, Halle.
Yeah.
There's some epic action scenes in the third one. It's really hard to rank them. They're all 3. They're all so good.
Nice. What's your number 5, Desmond?
So I'm doing all just VHS because I figured that would kind of make it so maybe they're a little bit different than you guys. But my number 5 pick is actually I think this is one of Catherine Bigelow's very early films. And
is it
Point Break?
Point Break. I thought so.
Oh yeah,
Point Break. I've heard of that.
Point Break's
Love
awesome.
this movie. Beautiful, freaking awesome 90s action movie.
We are Keanu appreciators.
Oh yeah,
Keanu's awesome.
Keanu is awesome. He never ages.
Yeah, he looks the same. Yeah, he doesn't look any different at all.
Right?
Him and Paul Rudd.
He literally doesn't age. Yeah, I said that yesterday.
Taylor literally said that.
I said never age. What is going on? Like it's him in Hot Wet American Summer. He was so good in that movie. He looks the same then as he does now. Like it's a trip. I'm like, does he even age?
No, not at all.
Never.
Okay.
So I guess
here's Taylor's number 5.
Oh yeah.
Let's not forget about Taylor.
Yep.
Don't get mad because I tried to tell her not to pick this. But she picked it.
But yet again, that's why it's my
Taylor
decision.
picked the second Transformers movie.
I'm sorry.
You like what you like.
I'm not gonna judge Taylor. You can like it.
You like what
Don't
you
be
like.
like Derek. Don't be like Derek and judge.
I like it. I think I value everybody's opinion.
I support your pick, Taylor. You like what you like.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, thanks, Desmond.
I just got a lot of shit earlier because I said Last Jedi is my favorite Star Wars, and of course I'm gonna get shit for that.
I know.
People were getting mad at him on Killer Flicks. Corey literally like ranked Last Jedi #1.
It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, well, it is Killer Flicks.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm so
They get mad at everything.
Oh, no.
But the point of this is like what you like. Yeah.
You like what you like.
Oh, John Call.
Taylor shaking my head.
Oh man.
All right. So we talked about everybody's or named everybody's movie off. I'll talk about Leon the Professional. You've seen it, right, Desmond? But
Yeah.
the other two haven't.
Yep.
Okay. Leon the Professional is just one of those brutal ass movies that really, really works. Like it's really, really effective. And I think I saw this 2 years ago. Like it hasn't been that long since I've seen it, but it still has given that much of an effect on me to remember it. Like because there's a lot of action movies that I watch and I'm like they're utterly forgettable. But this is one of the best ones I've ever seen. I think honestly, like it just works very well.
I totally agree with you. I remember seeing this when I was a little kid. I watched it with my mom on cable, and it was one of the few movies as a kid that I watched with my mom that actually made me cry as a kid, because it is like a really the relationship between Natalie Portman's character and Leon is really heartwarming. Like there's this real connection between the two of them. And then Gary Oldman
Is great.
Oh my God, he's so good.
I love him.
If you guys have never seen it, I know Derek and Taylor haven't seen it, but people in the chat, if you haven't seen it, it's aged really well. It's a classic 90s action movie. And it's probably one of my favorite Gary Oldman performances besides his performance in Dracula.
Oh yeah, I agree.
love
Yeah, this is
Dracula.
one of his best performances. Definitely.
Yeah, he's great. He's
good.
great.
I wrote it
But
down.
yeah,
I'm gonna check it out soon. Me and check it out. soon.
Definitely. Yeah, you guys, it's probably on Netflix, honestly. I feel like it's gonna be.
It's
But I won't say
streaming
anything else about
somewhere,
it
I'm
just
sure.
because you guys seen it. But it's great.
Awesome pick, dude.
Yeah.
Stole the show.
All right.
Stole.
So then Derek's next.
Okay, so I like all the John
I do
Wick
too.
movies. There's not Taylor actually
I
watched them with
enjoyed
me,
them. I like
and
Keanu
she really
Reeves.
liked them. And Taylor doesn't normally like gun shooting type of action movies, but
Well, I like the Taken
oh my
series.
God, there's not a lot of state with the John Wick movies, but Keanu is phenomenal, and there's so many action scenes. Like, oh, it's not in 2. It's been a while since I watched 2. 3 is the one that I watched the most recently. He kills a guy with a book in John Wick 3. I mean, come on.
I remember that.
There's so many signature action scenes. There's 2 scenes in where he kills people. It's ridiculous.
Remember his dog in the first one?
Yeah,
He killed
it
the
all
dog.
starts because they killed his dog.
Literally.
We wouldn't have a
But
franchise.
the dog
leading
was
to his dog.
important as a key member of this film because that is the dog, I'm pretty sure, that the wife gave him. They had it together. And yeah.
Yep.
What's slime balls?
Corey, you said you haven't seen 2 or 3 yet.
No, I just haven't seen 3. I've seen the first 2.
Okay, what do you guys think about John Wick 2?
Oh, I think it's good. I don't remember it as much as the first one. I mean, I remember the ending, but I don't remember it overall as much as the first one. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah.
kind of meshed together a little. Kind of the problem.
Mm-hmm. I do remember the final act was really cool in that funhouse mirror kind of place. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I like all 3 of them. And I thought that the action in 2 was just as good as the first one. I mean, it's at another level. It's more hyped up type of action. But again, awesome movie. I mean, I don't really know what else to say besides the fact that it's badass.
Yeah, definitely. So let's go with Desmond next, and then we'll do Taylor.
All right, so my number 5 pick was Point Break.
Yeah.
This is one that I watched a lot as a kid. I mean, again, another Keanu Reeves movie, and of course Patrick Swayze is in this, the late great Patrick Swayze. Really great action. This is one of Catherine Bigelow's early films. Catherine Bigelow also did like Zero Dark 30, Near Dark, Hurt Locker. So this is very early in her career, and it just shows how much of a fantastic director she was even early on. But great action scenes. Really, there's like a good romance story in here that doesn't like slow it down. It actually adds to the suspense. And there's just so much fun to be had in this movie. Plus, it's like the whole crime caper thing and, the whole robbery aspect. So yeah, badass movie, Point Break.
It was so good that they made Fast and the Furious and used the same plot, except for with cars instead of surfing.
Yeah, I won't even talk about how I feel about
it. It's a very well-regarded movie.
What'd you say, Derek? You cut off a little bit.
I said I've heard of it. It's a very well-regarded movie with
You've
people.
never
It's a
seen
very
Point
famous
Break?
action movie for whatever. I mean, no, and neither has Taylor.
Dang.
I know. I gotta add
I'll
some
put it on
stuff
the
to my
list.
list. I'm getting embarrassed today.
You're
Desmond's
killing me,
head's gonna
Smalls.
explode.
You're
It's
killing me,
Derek's corner,
Smalls.
not Derek's action corner. Just saying.
I remember when I actually introduced Dick to The Sandlot. He was like, "What? This is actually a really good movie."
I don't even think I've seen that all the way through, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh,
Be controversial.
It is really good.
I don't know. I think I've seen
It
it.
is
I
so
just don't
cute.
remember it. Oh man. Oh geez.
Are we ready for Taylor to talk
God.
about Transformers?
Yes.
That's the
Do it.
It is. It's right there.
Let everybody see your beautiful face.
I know.
Yes.
Not makeup on or anything.
Well, now we're looking at a white wall.
She's talking like in the Grinch. She's using the movie to cover her face.
I'm very I'm not a girly girl, but I like to look presentable.
I'm sure you look
but
presentable.
The whole world.
I didn't. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't put my. If it makes you feel any better, Taylor, I didn't put my face on today either.
Well, that makes me
smirk.
feel better. Okay, so yes, I like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Okay, I enjoy this movie, obviously for the casting. Now I don't like. Okay, you know what really grinds my gears? I don't like how they always subject women in these movies.
Yes.
But we're not gonna go there. But
Michael Bay. That's
but
Michael
I
Bay
mean,
for
for
you.
the plot and
Michael
everything,
Bay.
it is Mike in a nutshell.
No, Taylor didn't believe me at first, and then the last time we watched them, I was like, watch how the women are handled in these movies, and then Taylor was like,
no,
okay, you're right.
If you watch, I think Dark of the Moon is where it started switching.
That was the worst.
No, did he? I don't remember. Did Michael direct that one too?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
He directed all of them.
He directed all of them except for the Bumblebee one.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee was
Bumblebee
great.
was really
We
good.
watched
by the way.
that really, and we liked it a lot.
I love Bumblebee.
I thought that was the best
Okay,
one.
so negatives of the movie, I guess, there is too much slow motion. But you know what? This movie really kept me entertained. I enjoyed it because it just takes you what seems all the way around the world for parts of
They
it.
do go everywhere in that movie.
Slow, but they really do.
In the last act in Egypt,
Yes,
and with the
which was
pyramids
so
and stuff.
cool because I actually,
What?
I
I've seen it 2 or 3 times, unfortunately. Desmond, you gotta let the ladies speak sometimes. You're gonna learn about that.
Hey, you know what? I am. La 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 la.
I did enjoy this movie though. I thought what was really neat was, like you said, the ending of the setting is they're in Egypt. the Decepticon at the end, towards the end scenes. What was? I don't even think it had a name.
He was the
big
Fallen, hence the title,
No.
Revenge of the Fallen.
The big one, the really big one that like sucked everybody up.
Oh, I can't.
That
I
was
can't
off
remember.
the wall. I like
John.
what I like. But I don't.
No, that's awesome that you do though.
I don't have a lot to say now. I don't have a lot to say.
Corey
now.
gets
No,
it. Corey
that's
likes a lot of
okay.
movies that Corey will do.
I
Yeah.
like to hear you talk about what you like about a movie.
Oh my
It's
god.
okay. Don't listen to John Kyle.
Well,
He's
it's
really
not the
talking
best.
about.
Don't
not
let
the
anybody
best
change your
movie,
opinion. You
but,
like
you
something,
know,
you
it's
like it.
I grew up watching Transformers and everything. I've always loved Transformers.
I will say, let me say this to be positive though. My problem with the Transformers movies is they don't have enough. It's too much focus on the human characters, kind of like 2014 Godzilla. But when they do have like Transformer fight scenes, they are good.
They're really
like
good.
the animation on the robots and stuff is
It's
good.
fabulous.
My problem with the movies is they don't have the best acting and they focus too much on the human characters. Is kind of my problem with those movies.
And they
That's
just
what
use a
Michael
lot
Bay
of
is good at.
juvenile
I
humor
grew up
that
with
really
Transformers and Power
doesn't
Rangers
work.
and all those different things, and this for me is like.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
I
is
will
a
say
long
some of the
delay.
humor is very painful.
God.
Some of it's painful.
It's so
but I love
cringe.
the little bitty robot, and he follows everybody around, and he's
Yeah,
like
he's
a total
cute.
douchebag.
He's
But
cute.
then he actually turns out to be a good guy. I'm like, oh, he's precious. But, I like the plot and the story. Like I said, it does take you what seems like you go on a world trip. You know,
Taylor, which one's the one where his girlfriend is a Transformer? Is that
it's
the third
this one.
Oh God, where
That's this
the
one,
hot
yeah.
girl is the
So-
Transformer.
And she turns into a Transformer.
So I actually, I didn't really like that because I was like, first of all, this isn't Terminator, and you know, it just I don't know, I didn't care for that, and you know, but I enjoyed it. I do like the visuals of it. It's visually stunning. Yeah, they put too much slow motion in. Yeah, they subject women, but you know, I mean, part of it, I guess.
That's a good analysis of the movie.
I mean, I enjoy it. For me and Derek have always argued over these because what he finds, like, we have different opinions. Like, we've always had a different opinion. He hates the Transformers movies. I enjoy them for different reasons, you know.
Are you listening to that, John Kyle? I hate the Transformers movies. Let the record show that.
Oh, don't say that. He might ask for
Okay, I'm
for
done
a
now.
request.
And this is bomb. The soundtrack
Okay,
to
I
this
will
movie
say this:
is
that
bomb.
they do have pretty good soundtracks. I will.
They
I will
have
say
all
that.
of the movies have good soundtracks. I love them.
I'm kind of glad you picked this one
It's a
because I
movie
forget
go
about
on.
Bumblebee. I really like Bumblebee.
Bumblebee is great. That's the only one I
really-
like.
I really
Bumblebee
like
was
it
so
too.
good.
Yeah, that
We-
one's the one I like
Cool
only.
story about that. Okay, so here's a funny story about Bumblebee for us. Taylor and I bought it on Black Friday back in November for like $4. And I kept because I'm OCD, like if you buy a movie, you gotta fucking watch that. Just buy it and put it on your shelf. And for months, Taylor, every time I'd ask her, you want to watch Bumblebee? Taylor would be like, no. And I would be like, why did you pick the movie then if we're not going to watch it? So finally, like, what was it, like a month ago or something like that? I was like, look, Taylor, I was like, okay, I put the movie in and we're going to watch it. And then Bumblebee, I was like, we're watching it. Like, I'm not going to be and not watch it.
Okay.
And then is actually, it might be my favorite
It's
Transformers
really
movie.
good. I love it. Especially that you see the backstory to Bumblebee. He was always like
It
my
was
favorite
cool,
character.
yeah.
To what everyone else wants to, well, no, Bumblebee is my favorite, and you know, it is funny that it took so long to see it. But you know.
Hey Desmond, before we move on, is that a Jason Goes to Hell shirt?
It is.
Yeah,
Indeed,
it's
it
so
is.
cool.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God, that looks cool. I've never seen that shirt before. That's badass.
It was so funny.
Cavity colors.
Earlier there was a
Cavity
delay,
colors. I need to
and
buy.
I
I've
was
never
like,
got a cavity colors shirt.
They
I
got
said one day
really
I'll
good
I can believe
t-shirts
guys, and it
over
was
there.
so funny. It delayed. Nobody said anything. I was like, what the heck's happening? Maybe they don't want to
It's
see
weird.
me.
Are we ready for our number fours now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll keep doing it in that order, so it'll be easy. So this isn't a box set, but the movie that I picked out of the Tarantino box set is Kill Bill 1 and 2. I love Kill Bill 1 and 2. I think they're incredible. Incredible.
Awesome.
Some of my favorite movies ever. I love Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Awesome. Derek's next?
Yep.
Yes. And my number 4, I didn't think anybody would pick this because we'll talk about it in a minute. Most people would pick the second movie from this trilogy, and this movie does problems. But my number 4 is The Dark Knight Rises, the third Batman movie.
I never hear that. That's cool.
Nice. So my number 4 pick is going to be Big Trouble in Little China.
Hell yeah. I just watched that like a month ago.
I've never seen that.
I've been trying to get Taylor to rewatch that. I haven't watched it in years.
Rewatch it. I've never seen it.
Or amazing.
We'll talk about it a bit more.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your pick, Taylor?
Okay, y'all, please don't laugh. Please don't laugh at me. I like this movie.
Don't like this one.
Movie.
They won't make fun of you.
This movie is like one of my all-time favorite movies. It is fabulous. I don't care what
No,
anybody
they're
says.
going to agree with you.
I will
They're gonna
agree
like
in
this
some
one.
parts of
That was
Transformers, but okay. So I have the special box set, but show them my choice. Avatar. I absolutely love this movie.
Oh, I think you said Bad Boys.
Yeah, we heard you say Bad Boys.
Avatar.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well, Avatar.
Bad Boys is a good movie, though. She said Avatar.
Avatar. Yeah.
Oh, I swear you said Bad Boys.
Me too. I heard Bad Boys.
Bad Boys is good though.
Bad Boys is a good movie.
Avatar, I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, me either.
But
We
only
rewatched
thing-
it a couple weeks ago.
The only thing that takes forever. Takes forever to get through. And Derek saw me watching it on Netflix or Disney Plus, and he goes, "Why are you watching it on Disney Plus?" He said, "You've got the box right over there."
Okay.
And I said, "No."
I'm
and
gonna
I
rant
said,
about
"No,
this.
no, I'm gonna rant," because he said, "You got the box on the shelf." And I said, "Derek, it's because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to get up and switch out the DVD because it cuts off at the 2-hour mark and then put the second DVD in."
No, I'm OCD about this. Nothing pisses me off more than when I walk in and she's watching a movie on streaming. I'm like, we own the movie. Physical media. You get the movie out and you put the movie in. But she actually did have a good reason for that. Like if you're watching Titanic, you don't have to
It's a
change.
2-disc set.
Yeah,
I don't want to
that,
mess with
that
it.
actually did make sense. Corey, you ready to talk about yours? We're just talking about stupid shit over here.
No, you're fine. But I'll start. Yeah. So Kill Bill 1 and 2, like Tarantino already has like, there's not a Tarantino movie I despise or dislike. I love them all. Even the one I like the least, I still like a lot. And Kill Bill 1 and 2 are actually my favorites. I don't feel like people pick them as their number ones for Tarantino movies, but the style and the action in the movies just give it so much identity that I always remember this one out of all of his movies. It's just so entertaining. It's so gory and intense. Like everything that they do in Kill Bill 1 and 2 are disgusting. And I really like just how brutal the movies get.
Yeah, I mean, both of those films are a blast, and it just shows Tarantino's love for martial arts films, for a lot of those, over the top action, bloody, violent, Japanese action and Chinese action movies. Yeah, it's so good. And Uma Thurman is great. The revenge aspect. It's a total grindhouse movie, which is great.
Yeah, and just so fun and entertaining. Both of them are. And 2 is more of a slow burn, but I think they're still really fantastic together.
You kind of have to watch them back to back to get the full story. That's how they're meant to be watched.
Exactly, yeah. What do you guys think of Kill Bill 1 and 2? Derek or Taylor?
I can't speak a ton because it's been like 10 years since I've only seen them once. But I will say from what I remember, don't make fun of me because I've only seen them once and it's been like 10 years. The main girl and then like her teacher or whatever that like kills somebody close to her. I thought their acting was amazing, and I thought the way the movie was shot was one of the more like unique like action movies in terms of like cinematography and the gore. Like I was surprised how gory it was when I watched it. Like because you look at the cover and you don't think that it would be that gory, but it is. So like it really stuck with me for a while after I watched it. Taylor, do you remember anything about Kill Bill 1 and 2?
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time. I need to rewatch those. I don't really remember much.
And I gotta say, like the villains are so despicable. Like Daryl Hannah. Like there's I don't know if you guys remember, but there's a scene where Daryl Hannah, one of the other guys that she's working with, she betrays him and gives him like a suitcase full of money, and then a black mamba snake comes out and bites him. And while he's dying, paralyzed, she explains to him, "This is how you're gonna die, like really quickly, and you're just gonna get killed in this painful way." And it's so funny. And then like Lucy Liu is so funny too. Is like she's really crazy as well. Like I can't remember how many villains there are. I know she has the list, but they have in the movie in both of them.
I mean that when you bring up Lucy Liu, the first thing that I think of is that fight scene that both her and Uma Thurman have in the first part, where she gets like the top of her head cut off, and you like see the top of her brain. From what I remember, I haven't seen it in a while too either. But I remember that. I was like, oh, that's sick. I love it. It's so gory. And it's just like when someone gets their head cut off, there's like this pause for a second, and then blood just starts going. It reminds me of like Battle Royale, which if you haven't seen Battle Royale, you need to watch that movie now.
I've seen Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
It's
like that, all I can think about is Accepted.
Well, it's Hunger Games just basically took that movie and was like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and make it PG-13 and water it down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, but it's great action. Really love Kill Bill 1 and 2. Awesome. So then Derek, go ahead.
I love talking about this movie. So if you know where mine was the movie in The Dark Knight Rises. Now, I think the second movie is a better movie, and the third one does have its issues, like runtime is an issue, and you guys have seen The Dark Knight Rises, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Desmond, you too?
Yep, of course. Own it.
Okay, so making sure I'm about to spoil the ending. I don't like the twist with the girl at the end, like Talia al Ghul or whatever. Like I don't, and her death scene's really cringe. But what I like about the movie
wait. Did you just call her Al Gore?
Al Ghul. The lag.
Okay, I was like,
there is a lag.
No, it's the lag. She's Ra's al Ghul's daughter from the first one. No, the lag is making it sound like I said it right. So I like my action movies to have like a revenge twist to them. So like I like the fact that like when Batman battles Bane, first time he gets tested like really gets tested in any of the movies. Bane fucking beats the shit out of him and breaks his back, and him in the prison. And you got that awesome scene in the end, which is my favorite scene in the trilogy, when they all storm like the Capitol building, like the police officers and stuff. And Bane's like, I can't do a good Bane voice, but he's like, I see you come to die with your city. And then him and Batman have that badass fucking fight.
Okay.
And I'm talking right now. I'm talking right now.
Good. He jogged in memory. Go ahead.
But it has like so much heart, and I like how dark it is. Like it goes there, like the terrorists literally take over the city and are killing people at any level of darkness you don't really see in the other movies, and it gives you like I like that fun like hopelessness, but then like the redemption for like Batman, like the heart at the end. Like I like my action movies to have like a revenge like storyline or twist to them. You'll see that as kind of like a pattern. What were you going to say?
Okay, if you haven't seen it on YouTube, I promise you it won't let you down. Watch Bane Cat. Bane Cat.
Bane Cat.
It will make your day.
Is it like a cat?
It's called Bane Cat. There's a cat, and yes, and this guy, he makes these videos of his cat, and the cat has the voice and everything, and he has like the little mask and everything on, and he goes, did you pee in my shoe? He goes, I peed in it. And the voice is so funny. Just trust me. Look up.
She told me Bane Cat is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
And I think, like, as a villain, Heath Ledger's Joker is better in terms of acting. But, like, you never really felt like in the second movie that Batman was really in danger. Like, with Bane, you actually feel like Bane really killed Batman. He could have killed him the first time after the first fight, but he didn't. So, like, I like how physically imposing Bane is as a villain. What do you guys think about the third movie?
I remember liking it, but I don't. It's been a long time, and that's the only one out of the three that I don't remember that well, honestly. But I remember liking things about it. I remember the opening was really good with Bane on the plane. I thought that was good.
Yes.
Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like it a lot too. I still think that The Dark Knight is my favorite out of the trilogy, but I mean, it's a solid trilogy overall. And that the third film, I feel like the third film was like a really great way to end the trilogy. And I feel like the only thing that kind of gets on my nerves a little bit is how Bane's voice sounds, because he's always like, "Now I give you permission to die." Like that's how we sound.
It is kind of silly and over the top a little bit.
Yeah, and and I love Tom Hardy. Like
much.
he's such a badass actor, and he always goes all in. He got huge for that movie. So it's like I really like
literally
him in the movie. I like Christian Bale. All the action scenes are great, and like you were saying, Derek, the whole revenge aspect, like it really brings the whole storyline full circle. It brings back that first film, back around where you're like, oh, cool. They tied that up with Ra's al Ghul, because in the comics, like him and Talia al Ghul, they have a relationship. They actually have a kid together. And that kid that he has, Batman's kid, is like one of the kids that wants to kill Batman as he gets older. But anyways, I digress.
That sounds cool though.
It'd be a great storyline to do in a film.
Yeah. They probably will eventually, because they're going to make a billion Batman movies no matter what.
Cool. Should I go next?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, my number 4 pick is Big Trouble in Little China. This one has a lot of nostalgia for me. I mean, quite a few of these do, but this one especially. And the reason why is because this is one that I used to watch over and over again with my older brother. And we taped it off of one of the cable channels back in the 80s, and we would just keep rewinding it and keep rewatching it over and over and over again. we still quote this movie too. Like, even yesterday we were like, oh, we need to find the girl with the green eyes. I need the girl with the green eyes. And it's endlessly quotable. It's a ton of fun. It's John Carpenter, and it has the great effects, fun action. Of course, Kurt Russell is so much fun in the movie. I feel like this is probably like one of his most funnest roles. And the effects are cool. The bad guys that he fights are awesome. They're like the characters from Mortal Kombat in a way. So Big Trouble in Little China kicks ass.
I like too. It's the only John Carpenter movie that it is of its kind. I don't think he made another action movie like that or a comedic movie like that. Like really in that same vein, he never made another one like it, and I love how that sticks out too. And it's just so entertaining, and also just the over the topness of it just is so fun. Like with what's his name? Is it Lo Kim or Lo Pin? Like
Lo Pan.
Lo Pan, the little guy who like just kicks everybody's asses. Like that guy is hilarious.
Oh no, Lo Pan's the bad guy. Sorry, I forgot the other guy's name. But I know what you mean.
I get it mixed up. But the little guy who like is with Kurt Russell and like he like just kicks everybody's ass. He's hilarious.
And Kurt Russell can't do shit. He's like shooting the gun wrong, or he shoots it in the air and knocks himself out with like a piece of falling brick. Like he's completely out of his depth. And he only succeeds out of like happenstance. Like it's all by accident that he survives.
And And that makes it so funny because he's just a doofus in this fight with all these major like fighters, and I just think that's hilarious. And I just watched this one a couple months ago.
Sorry.
I just said I rewatched it a couple months ago and really liked it a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's endlessly rewatchable. Have you seen it, Derek?
I can't speak too much of it because I saw it like 10 or 15 years ago, like before I really got into like movies a lot. But I remember really liking it. I've been really meaning to pick up the Steelbook and give it a rewatch because once I found out, I liked it from the beginning before I really looked at movies deeply. And now that I know it's a John Carpenter movie, I've really been wanting to get that Steelbook and rewatch it. So I'll definitely be rewatching it and giving a review on it at some point, like in the fairly near future. So I remember really liking it when I watched it the one time I watched it. And Taylor hasn't seen it yet, so she can't really speak to that one.
You guys have to watch it together.
It's so good. Classic.
I know. When I get that Steelbook, we're going to rewatch it.
Nice. And then
Taylor, it's about your turn.
Oh.
So I'm going to talk about Avatar.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. What is there not to say about this movie? My goodness. Such a good film. Yes, I picked out.
You're half in.
I'm here. Hey. Okay. So I picked Avatar. Well, I can't. Okay. I picked Avatar. It's good. Everything about the movie, just the graphics, the actors, the scenery, the story as a whole is so unique. I've never ever seen a movie like this. It just almost just changes you. You see it and you're like, wow, is this place real? Like they did so well in just developing every movie. You just honestly feel like you're not even here anymore. You're on a complete different planet. And it was just amazing. Everything about it.
Yeah, I think the visuals are really good. I like the visuals of it. It's just it's hard.
I do
because
too.
James
Like just
Cameron
everything's so
has
bright
so
and
many great
colorful.
movies.
Yes, yes. I really like the casting. Hold on. Can I open this? Get it out. Okay. So I have this special. I love it. I went all out. I got the whole little special set. Got the little box set. Got all my little special features. I love this movie. Saldana's in here. She's amazing, by the way. Sam Worthington, amazing. And, you know, I can't get what?
Just put it in there. Oh my God.
See, I'm handy capable.
But what I like about it, because I rewatched it with her, I don't love it as much as she does, but I think it's the runtime's a little bit too long. But what I really like about it is like I'm a big fan of history, and I like how like the story mirrors what we did to the Native Americans, like forcing them off their land and taking their natural resources that are on their land and all that. It's got like a lot of heart. And I love the last act. The last act is crazy when he battles that one guy in the mech suit and all that. Like I think I came in and I watched like the last hour with her because I didn't want to watch the whole thing because it takes too long to get going for me. But once the movie gets going, it's really good. And it's got like very special cinematography,
very
like you
special,
said earlier.
Beautiful cinematography. Everything about it. I just can't really find the flaw. And you've got Sigourney Weaver, like Cher. You know, it's so unique. I've never seen anything else quite like it. And then the creatures that they just created and drew up is just amazing. You're like, where would you even, you know,
think
it's
of
just
that? Yeah,
absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait to watch it on this new TV.
Yeah, I just think I'll give it a look on the new TV.
That'll be a good one to see on the TV.
Yes,
for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have anything you want to add about Avatar for Guitar number 3s?
I don't know. Like it's weird. I like the visuals a lot, but I don't know. The movie hasn't stuck with me that long, I guess. But I saw whenever it came out. I just haven't really rewatched it a lot.
I totally agree, Corey.
It's one of those rainy days for me. Like if I know you're not going to be sitting for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I mean, I haven't seen it in a while either. I own it, but I would say like seeing it on the big screen in 3D was really cool. Like
Yeah.
from a visual standpoint, it's a gorgeous movie.
Sure.
It's not my favorite, but I can understand the appeal of it.
Me too.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with the sequels they've been talking about for years and how they're gonna expand the universe.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of opportunity to do something cool with it. I would just like them to do something a bit different than because I feel like James Cameron, he's kind of gotten, I don't know, he's kind of just been like, oh, I'm gonna make it into like this big what's it called, visual feast, but there's not a lot of depth to it personally.
I personally
And
agree,
that's what I would like more of, is like a little more depth to the characters.
Yeah,
But, like more time like spent on each individual. Yeah,
because I feel like
that.
Like the main guy kind of.
Yeah.
Like I just have got to go behind the scenes. I need to know. Like I haven't actually. I bought this box set, but like I've never actually sat down and like watched everything. But I would love to know just how he went about designing everything, and then the makeup. Like, some of it was makeup, some of it CGI, obviously. But I just want to know about doing it, and it fascinated me. And still, like I said, to this day, I can just pull it out and I enjoy every bit of it.
Sweet.
That's what she said. I'm sorry.
That's not my best one in the front, though. Oh, yeah.
Get to our 3.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Taylor. I had to.
I know. It's okay,
If it makes you feel any better, I do it to these guys all the time.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
Taylor, I thought that was hilarious on Facebook with that end-in thing that you posted. With the killer hornet or whatever.
Man, after I thought about it, I was like, oh my gosh, like Corey, I was like, because we were talking about, dude, where's my car? And I was like, how funny would that be? I was like, how funny would that be to make a meme?
Taylor makes hilarious
I make really
memes.
good ones.
Oh my god.
I laugh at a lot of your stuff you post.
Oh God.
And then I made one earlier with Venus Williams. She's a tennis player, and it said, "Invasive
oh my God.
murder hornets."
I'm looking at it now,
West. And I said, "Me," showing a picture of this like with a racket. I will knock it out of the sky.
Her arms are insane.
Muscles. No, but I was like, how funny. And then
and then.
Okay, let's get to our number 3 now. I'm ready to talk some more movies.
Okay, so my number 3, it's in another box set again, but Mad Max Fury Road.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Mad Max. But,
what'd you say, Taylor?
Now I've only seen the one with Mel Gibson. I've seen the one with Mel Gibson.
Damn, you
Fury
need to see
Road
the
doesn't
Fury
have.
Road.
Is that the
Tom Hardy?
Fury Road doesn't have?
No.
Yes, that's
Tom
the newer
Hardy.
one.
It's so good. All right.
Yes, dude.
Derek?
Okay, here's my number 3. I didn't pick the snooze one. I picked the action-packed one, Corey. Avengers Infinity War. Had to go an MCU.
No,
movie.
Derek.
This is my favorite.
Even though they're
movie
both
in
great.
MCU.
Damn, Derek.
Wait till you see mine after Desmond.
Taylor's. Wait till you see Taylor's next
I'm
one.
lit about it because it is amazing.
She watches this movie all the time. You won't expect it.
Oh my God.
You watch it quite a bit. You
Yeah.
watch it every year at least.
I don't even care.
All right. So my number 3 pick, this is another one that's like super nostalgic. It is Enter the Dragon.
Ooh, I haven't actually seen it.
I
all
have
the way
not
through.
seen that.
1973. You gotta watch it.
That's one I'm ashamed I haven't seen yet. With all the movies I've seen, I need to see that.
Exactly. How have I not seen that? Okay.
Y'all ready for Taylor's pick? You will
Yep.
not expect this.
Okay, this movie, like Desmond said, this movie has a ton of nostalgia for me. Me and my dad is older, so he's 70, and he grew up like really kind of, just in that era of like the horror monsters and stuff, and like Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Godzilla, different stuff like that. So he kind of passed that on to me. And he actually got me this for Christmas when I was 8, and I've been in love with it ever since because it came out in 1998, so it's a little bit older. But so I went with the 1998 Godzilla.
Oh
boy.
That I've watched it several times with her, and I don't think the movie's as bad as everybody says it is. Like, I think it's actually a really, no, I wouldn't say really good, but it's a good movie.
It's a fun factor
We'll
movie.
get into more details in a minute.
It's not,
I told y'all wouldn't expect that one.
I did not. All right. Let's start with Mad Max Fury Road. So this one, like, I saw this before I saw the other Mad Max movies. I think I saw the other ones afterward, and I knew nothing about this, and I knew nothing about this, anything about it. So I went into the movie theater and saw this, and I was genuinely blown away by how incredible of an action movie this is. This is truly one of the best action movies ever made. Like, everything in this movie works incredibly well. What do you guys think of it?
Totally agree. I mean, it's an amazing film, and the director, one of his things that he wanted to make sure happened with this film was that anyone in any language could be able to watch this movie and understand what's happening, and achieve that. And given that there's like very limited dialogue, they do a really good job of getting across the storyline. And even my buddy and I, we still will like text each other going like, "Witness me, witness."
Or like the dude with on the guitar with the flamethrowing guitar. That's so awesome.
Dude, I know.
Like that
movie is incredible. And I heard that the black and white version is really cool too.
I have it in the sit. I just never watched the black and white collection.
I've heard it's really cool.
One. Yeah, and you really hit it on the head with the movie not having much dialogue and being a fascinating and fulfilling like story, like going through it. Like, it never lets up, and it's got a story that even though there's not much dialogue, you can go through it and really be invested.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys think of Mad Max Fury Road?
We can't speak to that one because we haven't seen it. I haven't seen either of them, but I wrote them down list to check out. So
homework.
I know. It's Derek's Horror Corner, not Derek's Action.
Well, no,
Corner,
I know.
Guys. I know. I'm making down a list of movies for you to watch.
I'm not annoyed. I'm just like, you got to see it.
We're just giving you grief.
Yep.
I wrote it down. I've been writing down some of the ones you guys have been picking that I haven't seen.
I need to see Enter the Dragon. Speaking of that, Desmond talk about Enter the Dragon.
All right.
Or I mean, wait, are we? Did I do that wrong? Is Derek next? Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead, Derek.
I think I did the order wrong.
I'm next. You're just trying out of talking about the best MCU movie, Corey. So,
I think that both. I think that both of them are equal. I think both of them are equal, like Kill Bill 1 and 2.
It's like one complete story, honestly. We watched both of them like a couple weeks ago, and they're both really good movies. But what I love about Infinity War is I love how, like, Thanos is probably one of my favorite movie villains of all time, and he's so imposing. Like, I just love that opening scene because, like, they established all the other movies. I got so tired of like Hulk being like so OP and like never losing a fight in the franchise. So I love that like Thanos just bitch smacks Hulk in the opening scene of the movie and puts him in his place. So I love that. I love that part of it, and I love like how dark it is. Like, everybody in the Avengers gets tested kind of for like the first real time. I mean, other than the other movies, but Thanos was like such an imposing. It was just so cool getting to see all actors in the movie. Now, I will say that I think the last battle is better in Endgame on rewatch. Like, the last battle in Endgame is, I think, probably a little bit better than the last battle in Infinity War. But you know how I am. I love the dark endings. So, like, I absolutely love, like, when Thanos shows up and he's using the stones to, like, bitch smack them all. And then Scarlet Witch kills Vision, and it's so emotional. And Thanos, like a badass, just rewinds it and fucking kills him again and then wins anyway. And then everybody disappears and stuff. Like, it's got one of the darkest movie in all time. And I just remember watching it and be like, I can't believe I have to wait for Endgame. Like, the reason people loved Endgame so much is because Infinity War set up like that cliffhanger. Because like everybody wanted to see what happened. So like honestly, they work great as like a back to back. But I just think Infinity War is like my kind of movie because I love like the fast paced like horror movies. Like Infinity War is like the slasher type of horror movie. Like it's just pretty much all nonstop action and crazy stuff going on. So many memorable action scenes in that one. Taylor's gone right now, so you guys will have to talk about Infinity War for a little while. I don't know where she went.
I really love Infinity War. I love both Infinity War and Endgame so much. I think that they both, for what they are, like for these superhero movies, like and with the plot that they have, it works so well. Like the Russo brothers can do it to where they make a movie that's from a genre that's kind of tired and like make it refreshing, if that makes sense. Like I really think that they make really refreshing superhero movies, like Civil War as well. Like Civil War is one of my favorite ones. It's really incredible. I love that movie.
Yeah, I really like Infinity War and Endgame. I think my favorite one though was Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is great.
That's my favorite MCU movie.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
I love the action in that film, and it also kind of feels like an old school action movie for Winter Soldier. But with Infinity War and Endgame, like I kind of have to lump them together in a way because of the fact that they do connect. But I've only seen Infinity War once in theaters, and I remember really liking it. It's just not one that I watch a lot because it is like one that you really have to commit to because it's really long. Same thing with Endgame.
Yeah, it's true. They are both really long.
Endgame's 30 minutes longer. Just worry.
But not by much, though. It's only 30 minutes.
Derek.
You know how I don't like those long run times,
I know,
guys. You know that's one of my top criticisms.
Well, I have to say that I do agree with you though on some of that, with it being a little like it's a little too slow in the beginning for me. But then that last hour, that big battle, makes up for all of that. That was badass.
And I don't think that they've had a superhero movie where the whole last hour was literally just the finale.
It's like ridiculous.
That's what I loved about it too. Because for me, I had to have that build up, and then that last hour was like really rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, like Endgame is my second favorite MCU movie after Infinity War. Like they go together and just they're both so epic in scope. And I do think Endgame has the best last battle in the whole entire franchise in terms of how epic it is, but also in terms of like how rewarding it is too.
No, yeah, they both are great.
What are you doing? Are you showing up here?
Yeah. Do you know where the remote is?
Yeah. Okay. So, Desmond, go ahead and talk about yours. I'll be right back. I have to go get something. Resold one of our old TVs since we got a new one, so I got to go find the remote.
Okay. Do we want to wait for him to come back then?
Either way's fine.
Because they haven't seen this anyways.
Oh yeah, that's true. Derek, don't take too long. Because I don't know. I do want to see Enter the Dragon though. Like I really do.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just start talking about it. So yeah, number 3 pick on Enter the Dragon, 1973. I was literally just rewatching this right before we started the stream. Got about halfway through it. Yeah, and this is one that my dad and I, as you know, my dad passed away a couple years ago, and this is one that we used to watch over and over and over again. and it's just the action in this is great. The martial arts is great. Bruce Lee is a badass. There's just so much great suspense and build up in this movie, and you see how much other films, other martial arts films and action films have been inspired by Enter the Dragon. Even the video game Mortal Kombat is heavily influenced by this film. And there's just so many cool action scenes and fight scenes in this movie. It's like a must if you're a cinephile that's into action movies. Enter the Dragon is like that's what shows you how all of these films became what they are, how they were inspired to do the things that they do. So, Enter the Dragon, classic.
I'm fascinated to see it because, again, a lot of movies I've probably seen do borrow from probably a lot of it. So I'm really interested to see, because I really haven't delved into any like old school movies like that are action kung fu movies, like any Bruce Lee at all. I don't think I have, honestly. Yeah.
When you watch his films, you can see and understand why people loved him and were in awe of him, because when you watch him on screen, you cannot stop watching him. And the film is also really progressive because it deals with a lot of storylines that have to do with racism, because there's a lot of like white characters who give shit to either the Chinese characters or the one black character. And it's pretty like progressive because they kind of get put in their place at certain points where it's like, no, looks can be deceiving. And there's like this one black dude who's like kicking everyone's ass, and
nice.
Bruce Lee's being a badass using nunchucks, and he's being like all stealthy and shit. It's a freaking awesome movie. It brings me back to being with my dad, and it's really close to my heart.
Nice. I'll definitely have to watch it then. I really, really should. That's a movie genre I need to delve into.
Is it called The Dragon?
What's that?
Is it called The Dragon?
No, Enter the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1973.
Because I haven't seen it either.
You'll see a lot of
Taylor.
You'll see a lot of films that are inspired by this film.
Is Taylor back yet? Because we could say her Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm here.
She's back. She's about to stir the controversy here. So tell us, and I
like that though.
Do agree with her a little. Tell everybody why you think
Oh, way to go, buddy. Oh, there I am. Hold on.
Camera.
Hey, I'm here. I am in the camera.
You're not in camera.
I'm in the camera right
here. You're not. No
Why is it showing that? Oh.
I don't see you.
Okay.
No, it's just your arm.
Now I'm in. Okay. So I picked the. You see me now? Hello? Where'd I go? Okay. Hey, yeah, there I am. Okay. So I picked the 1998 Godzilla. Obviously, this has a lot of nostalgia for me. Matthew Broderick is actually in this movie, and he did a fabulous job. And coincidentally, he also voiced Simba in The Lion King and Lion King 2. Yep. The more you know. But I really like this movie because, it's a different take on the original Godzilla, which nothing will ever replace because it's amazing. But this one was just so much fun because, it's all set in New York. And so you're seeing these people going about their daily lives and, and then this footprint shows up and this ship, has been destroyed. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? And then it's neat because it shows up in New York. So it's terrorizing New York. But, its intention isn't to really destroy, I guess. It's just an animal. So it's looking for a nesting ground, which is kind of odd, but because Godzilla doesn't really look for that. But the basis of this one is
every man looks for that.
Yeah.
They
were
I need to go and find my nesting ground.
Polynesia. So Yeah. So basically, and Corey, your guy Gene Reno is actually, or Reno, am I saying his name right? He's in this movie as well.
He is.
He plays the French guy.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, he is actually. He is. He's in this movie. He's one of the guys that comes over and he tries to help find the nest. Now the cheesy part about it is looking at it, you're like, okay, that's not Godzilla, because it's like just this, I guess, large lizard basically, but it looks really cool. It looks super cool.
I agree.
It grew up, I guess, and the nest was by like the explosion, I guess, when they were testing in French Polynesia, so it's ginormous. But it's weird because it's, like I said, it's nesting, so it's in New York, and it like destroys the Madison Square Garden. And there's all these eggs, which is kind of, you gotta suspend disbelief, and you're like, okay, so and they established that I guess it gets pregnant by itself. It was kind of odd, but
that's no fun.
That is no fun. But I really like it. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually pretty good pace, so it doesn't have too many slow points. But yeah, I like it.
I mean, that's
so here's kind of my thoughts on that one, because I had seen it before her. Me and her rewatched this one fairly recently. Like, there is some cheesy stuff about it. Like, I don't think it's a well-made movie, but it is well-paced, and it has a lot of action, and Godzilla looks good, and the babies look good. I especially like the last act when all the babies that look like velociraptors are really loose in Madison Square Garden. Like, the movie just goes for just like being batshit crazy in the last act, and I guess there's some controversy here. I will watch that one over the 2014 one any day, because I find the 2014 one to be boring as shit. Like, the 2014 one, Godzilla's amazing in like the 10 minutes you actually get to see him in the movie. But I like the characters better in the 90s one, and it's better paced. Like, I don't think it's a great movie, but I don't think it's like an abomination. Everybody says that it is. What do you think, Corey? Is it that bad?
How bad could it be?
I'm glad you guys like it. Is what I will say. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm
challenge accepted.
Yeah, like I said, it's not my favorite movie in the world, but I love it.
Well, for me, this falls under that category of like movies that came out that at that time, like Independence Day or stuff like that, where I just don't think are funny or entertaining.
Right.
But I'm glad you guys like them, though. I don't want to change that for you.
Corey, you got to start a new segment on your show that's called Challenge Accepted.
I should do something like that.
I'm telling you, man.
Corey, I swear, you got to do this.
I'd be happy to do the voiceover where I go, how bad can it be?
How bad can it be?
Yes, that's got to be your intro. Like, how bad could it be with the Desmond voiceover and maybe like the cop music from Halloween 5 and like a 20-second montage of like
that duck
movies that people regard as
Oh my god, that would be fun.
There you go. Challenge accepted. I can't really speak on the new Godzilla movie because I haven't seen the 98 one. I haven't seen the 2014 one. I have to echo what you said, Corey. Like, being someone who I saw Independence Day in theaters too when I was a kid, and I didn't really like it. I was like, lots of explosions, but nothing really happening. Really, I'm kind of bored. It's just not my cup of tea. But I mean, that's me. That's my type.
That's me too. Yeah. I agree. So are you ready for our number twos?
Let's do it.
Again, another box set, but my number 2 would be Aliens. Aliens. I have to pick Aliens. That's one of the best action movies ever. Like,
hell yeah,
love it. Wait,
game
Derek,
over, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over.
I don't know where
he's
he
so
went.
awesome in this.
He just
Yeah, he
walked
just
away.
left. Oh, here he comes.
Oh.
He's coming back.
Oh my God, Derek.
Get
What the fuck?
Your
Your face, just like all of a sudden, like this is what it looked like from our point of view.
What'd you say you had to do, Derek?
We were selling, so we bought the living room. Now that old 44-inch got moved to the bedroom. So then we sold our other TV because we don't need that many TVs. Because I'm eventually going to get another 4K TV for the horror corner once we move. So we had sold it to somebody and they came to pick it up.
I just said while you were gone, my number 2 is Aliens. My number 2 pick. And then
yeah, I thought about picking that too, but I figured someone else would, and there's always that debate between Terminator and Terminator 2 and Aliens. Is it horror? Is it action? So I didn't want to mess with that. So, but yeah, Aliens definitely a great pick.
Oh yeah, John Kyle.
You ready for mine? This is going to
ready.
make John Kyle mad. I can't wait to get into this one.
What is it?
So I'm picking a Rocky movie, but not the one you think. I'm not picking the original Rocky with that garbage ending. I'm picking Rocky 4, where he fights Drago in Russia. One of my favorite action movies of all time. I fucking love Rocky 4. I swear to God, nobody is going to talk shit on Rocky 4. But yeah,
if he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies.
I will break you.
I will break you.
Oh my gosh.
My number 2 pick is an Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, Commando.
Oh, nice. Commando's awesome.
Commando is the shit.
Yeah. What's your pick, Taylor?
Taylor, are you coming back to the string?
Yeah. I'm here. So.
Where are the pictures, Doc?
Oh, are we on our number 2?
Yes.
My choice for number 2 is Deadpool.
Nice.
Oh, I
like
see
Deadpool.
I see it now. OG Deadpool.
Sweet.
Oh my. Okay, I got a story to tell you guys later about Deadpool. Oh, I'll tell you later, but we'll talk about it. I like the movie, by the way. It's just I'll tell you later.
Okay, so I'm gonna start out with Aliens. Aliens for me. If I had to pick Alien or Aliens, I pick Aliens over it. And I know that that argument is always gonna happen, like between picking those two movies. But I'm gonna be like Derek here, honestly, where like I'd rather in this franchise see the big action one than the slow burn. And I really do love the first Alien. I think it's great. But Aliens gives me chills every time you see that ending. That final act is like truly incredible. Like everything that happens, every time she's almost gonna die, and every time the alien almost gets her, like, and then it keeps upping itself by her shutting the valve or her getting into that robot suit, and all that stuff just builds to a fantastic ending.
Okay.
So, Aliens is mine. Is it your number 1 too, Desmond?
Alien. So it depends on my mood. If I'm wanting like an action sci-fi movie, Aliens. If I'm into a more horror slow burn, Alien. So it just depends on the day. But I love it.
They're both.
I love Aliens.
They're both almost perfect. Yeah, they're both almost perfect movies for me. I think the difference is I feel like the first 20 or 30 minutes of Alien, like nothing's really going on, and they're just kind of meandering until like they get on ship and they find the eggs and all that. So I feel like Alien kind of took a while to get going. But come on, like I watched it recently. I hit timer. It's like 30 minutes before they get on the ship in that movie.
That's
like,
the point, though.
Like once they,
it's the point. I agree.
That's not the point.
It is the point.
The point
We're gonna
is,
argue about this.
Halloween to have tension from the beginning of the movie until the very end. Like the suspense tension doesn't start for me in
It's
Alien
called
until they
character
actually get
building.
on the ship.
They're building
which is like 30
characters.
minutes
They're
into the movie.
showing like, hey, you know, these are people who understand their jobs. Every one of them are working a tight ship. You look at the movie Underwater and why that movie is nowhere near good as Aliens because they jump right into the action and you don't know who they are, how they're connected, or why they're there. When you have Alien, they show exactly why they're there, where they're going, who each one of them are, and why they're important. So when they break quarantine, you understand why this is really bad news for them to break quarantine. I will fight you on this.
That was awesome.
No, I mean, you made a really good point, but pacing is just really a subjective. Somebody could say a movie's slow paced, and then trust me, I have arguments with people all the time. Like what's slow paced to one person is not slow paced to another. So like pace is just one of those really subjective things. But they're both like phenomenal movies. Don't get me wrong.
Look at that.
Like Aliens.
Look at John Kyle Stanton having my back.
What?
Yeah, John definitely loves Aliens more than Alien 2.
But yeah, what I about Aliens, Corey, is that it takes everything the first one did and it builds on it. But I kind of like the idea that they're more prepared this time. Like they have all these guns in the tank and they're so prepared, but yet they still get their asses handed to them. I kind of like I like when they're more prepared. You know, the first one has its place and it's amazing, but it's kind of cool. Like they're more prepared for the aliens. And come on, you can't beat that last act where Ripley arms up and she goes down into the nest, torches all the eggs, and has the giant fight with the queen. Like, oh my God. Like the last act of Aliens is one of like time best last acts ever. Go ahead, Desmond. You got to talk about why Aliens is great, not Alien.
Well, both of them are great. They're both
They
equally
are.
great for different reasons. But with Aliens, what I love about it is James Cameron's always been fantastic at filming action, and he knows how to do action scenes great. And this is just an example of how well he's able to construct action scenes. And it's cool seeing more than one xenomorph because you saw the one in Alien that is terrifying. Now you've got all of them, like a ton of them, plus the queen. And like you were saying, Derek, that finale is incredible. I love Aliens. And again, it's like, it depends on my mood. If I'm wanting like, you know, more like suspense, dread, and I want like old school horror, but in space, Alien. But if I'm wanting like fast paced action with like tons of just, you know, awesomeness going on, Aliens. Classic movie.
Oh my God. John Kyle just roasted Derek. Look at this comment.
Damn.
Oh my God. That was the best roast.
Nailed it.
Oh my God.
He nailed it.
No, I got you, Kyle. Be quiet. I got it free right here. When I go to sit down at a restaurant, I don't want them to take an unnecessary 30 minutes to get me my food. I want to get my food right away and enjoy it. It's about them apples.
Well, think about it this way. If you're more hungry and waiting 30 minutes, the food will be more satisfying.
It's true. Like, have you ever sat down for like a delicious prime rib dinner and they're like being like, we have to make sure that it's fully cooked and all the juices are perfect. And when you get it, and then you eat it, you're like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I committed to that one.
That was good.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm laughing so.
I forgot. Do we even have Taylor talk about
oh my Derek, stick to McDonald's. I will have the fancy stuff.
No, Taylor did her last pick. Her last pick was Godzilla. We haven't gotten to her yet. We're still talking about Aliens. But apparently
bad.
it turned into a food
Yeah, I got lost. I was
reiterate
like, who was going?
You were.
Okay, so to reiterate what I said,
yeah, I was like, I already forgot.
Yeah, Derek's turn next.
I'm schooling John and Kyle here. So when you go to McDonald's, you're going to get your food really fast in 5 minutes. Now just listen. When I go to Olive Garden, that it will take a little bit longer, maybe like 30 minutes. But if I'm in Olive Garden an hour and I still haven't got my food, I'm getting a fucking refund. Like, my point is, I can handle a slow burn if it's building something like Halloween. If I feel like the movie it has filler scenes in there, then if I feel like I can watch the movie and I can cut stuff out, then I'll never win this argument with people.
No, you won't.
To attack a lot of movies that I loved, and I will never.
You'll never
win.
You'll never win.
I'll never win this.
Pacing is subjective, though. So.
No, but Derek.
That's why you can never win that.
Yeah, it's subjective, but Derek's wrong.
Oh, damn.
Consistent. Like, you can't say that I'm not consistent about it.
That's
like
true.
I am consistent
You are
with like my experience.
Consistently triggering.
Like, I don't need to see the movie. If they show the movie, like, how long is your runtime? 3 hours. Cut it down to 2 hours, but you haven't seen the movie yet. I don't care. Cut it down to 2 hours. Like,
well, you gotta like.
No, there are some exceptions to that. There are some. No, I'm joking. There are some exceptions to that, but generally, when a movie feels padded, like, I cannot stand when a movie feels padded.
Yeah, let's move on.
So are we ready to talk about your my turn?
Yep.
Going to talk about Rocky 4.
My turn.
So, like, I'll be straight up with you. If you don't love Rocky 4, you're not a man. Like, if you're a manly man, you love Rocky 4. 2 epic fight scenes, 2 training montages. Rocky runs up a mountain and yells, "Drago!" Like, you're not a man. If you're not a man, if you don't love Rocky 4. Like, we're just gonna put that out there. It's like a manly movie. But no, in all seriousness, I said earlier, I love like a revenge type of storyline. And I don't know what it is, but like, they build that relationship with Rocky and Apollo Creed for like 3.5 movies. And so when Apollo Creed dies, and then Drago just says, if he dies, and he gives that look to Rocky, and then, like, I just want to get up and punch Drago in the face, like, right there. So, like, when they fight, it's like such good emotion because of like the revenge storylines. Like, you really just I want Rocky to kick Drago's ass more than I want Rocky to beat anybody in any of the movies because, like, they build the emotion there. And I think the Rocky Drago fight is the most epic and the best fight in the whole franchise in terms of like how stiff the challenge is and how like the fight is shot. Like, Drago's definitely like the most intimidating villain for Rocky, and that last fight is epic. If you love that last fight in Rocky 4, you don't have good taste in action movies.
But it's a slow burn, Derek. It's a slow burn.
No, there is no way. No one can say that Rocky 4 is a slow burn. No, it's an hour and a half run. The arguments I've seen Rocky 4 is people say that Rocky 4 is like a 30. Like, it has the beginning of Rocky 3, a tribute song to Apollo Creed, No Easy Way Out, 2 training montages, and 2 boxing fights. There's like little to no character development. Rocky 4 is my type of movie. All action and no bullshit talking. Like, Drago kills Apollo Creed. Now Rocky's got to fight him. That's it. Like, that's the story.
All action,
right
no
there.
bullshit. Let's go. I got hair on my chest from Rocky 4. My balls just dropped. But it is. It's a good movie. I like Rocky 4. I
like Rocky 4 too, to be fair.
I feel like I just went on the most epic rant ever.
Oh my god, Derek. I feel like I just grew a few new chest hairs just talking about Rocky 4. A few sprouted. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my second pick then.
Yep.
All right.
I already dropped the mic on Rocky 4. Go ahead.
Well, to me, this is one of the manliest movies ever. And it's freaking Commando. Commando is so manly. You see him with his like machine gun and he's like flexing his muscles. He's like, and he has all those one-liners. And then there's like that green beret trying to kill him. He's like, I eat green berets for breakfast. And, he's just like kicking everyone's ass. There's Radon Chong with like a freaking rocket launcher. I mean, it's just constant action. And, it's just so much testosterone on screen. Commando's the shit. It rocks.
Commando's awesome. I just haven't seen it in a while. I don't.
So much fun.
I need to rewatch it. It's so fun.
He's so fun. I don't know what that voice is.
Desmond. Trigger warning. I've never seen it.
Bro.
Got a list.
I know. I gotta see it.
You're saying Rocky 4 is the most manliest movie ever, but you've never seen Commando? Come on.
I gotta see Commando. I love Arnold. I love Stallone. Like I love good action movies. So I need to see it. I gotta write this down. We gotta rectify this. I'm gonna lose my man card if I don't.
Yeah, you gotta watch Commando.
Yeah.
He's like trying to find his daughter, and he's like going after everyone, and he kills a guy and he kills everybody in this movie. He uses like a machine gun. He's just standing there with his muscles and he's all like, badass. Straight up awesome 80s.
Oh yeah, very 80s.
Just kind of a caveat onto that, Adam, because you were talking about movies like that. I thought about picking Predator, but I didn't because that's kind of one of like those horror like action hybrids. So, and I figured one of y'all might pick it. So I thought about Predator, but I didn't pick it.
I like that, but I didn't pick it.
Who's next? Is it Taylor?
You ready to talk about Taylor's number 2?
Yeah.
Taylor's not here now because she doesn't feel good, but I'm gonna fill in for her. So
I think she doesn't feel
lay
good.
Down.
Tell her I hope she feels better soon.
All right, I will. So her number 2 was Deadpool, and I'm pretty sure like what can be said about Deadpool that hadn't been said. Did Logan come out first, or was it Deadpool?
After.
I can't remember.
It was after.
So Logan was first. Okay, so I was going to say, like, Deadpool was one of the first rated R, like, action, like, superhero movies, and I love, like, the mix of, like, comedy. Like, Deadpool is hilarious. I think everybody would agree on that. But what I love about Deadpool is, like, how gory it is. Like, you would never think from, like, looking at the cover or seeing the trailers, like, how gory it would be. But it's, like, one of the gorier movies I've seen, especially for action movie. So I love like that they had the balls as like a superhero movie to go gory, and they pretty much have no mercy with like perverted humor and stuff in that movie. Like Deadpool is the ultimate like I don't give a fuck. We're gonna show what we want, type of movie. And I really like that. What do you guys think about Deadpool?
Deadpool's good. It's not my favorite X-Men movie, but it's good. I like it.
I love it too. I do have a story I gotta tell you guys.
Oh yeah.
There was this girl that I dated for about 11 months or so, and at one point I was like, let's watch Deadpool. I'm gonna throw Deadpool on because she's like, pick whatever movie you want. Well, that was my mistake, was letting her let me pick whatever movie I wanted. So I put Deadpool on. Well, Probably about 15 minutes into it, she starts crying because of all the violence.
Oh wow!
And needless to say, we're not dating anymore. Because when she started crying, I looked at her. I was like, when she started crying, I paused it and I was like, "Wait, are you crying because of the movie?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is too much." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Stop it, stop it, no, stop it. We're not doing this. It's a cartoon."
I'll tell you what, whenever I saw Deadpool in the theaters, I was there with a lot of friends, and there was like this 5-year-old kid, and like every time like there was violence or there was boobs, he would laugh out loud, and it was just so uncomfortable because like everybody else was silent except for this 5-year-old kid like laughing out loud. That was hilarious. Me. Oh, it was you? Oh, okay. Cool.
All right.
No, but I do like Deadpool. Deadpool's solid. It's fun. It's one of those movies where I think I like it lesser than whenever I saw it, but I still like it.
Oh, Logan, dude, Logan is one. I'm responding to the nice ass Amado. But Logan, if I feel like I need like a good cry, then I watch Logan because every single time I cry at the end of Logan, like that, and a Rocky movie will make the tears go.
Logan is great. That was a hard sit.
Logan's phenomenal.
Very hard sit. So are we gonna go to our number ones?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm so excited to say
the same one.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm so excited to pick my number one because I love this movie. It is Speed. Love Speed so much. And I even got Speed 2. I even love Speed 2, honestly, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I love Speed 2. It's so bad, but it's fun.
I've never seen 2. I've never seen it. I've only seen the first one.
It's something. Like it's something. It's something. It's so bad. Yeah. It's so bad, but I love it. It's bad, but it's fun.
Just correction. She is not my girlfriend anymore. I broke up with her 2 months later. Yeah. No.
I would have done it that night. I'll be like, no, get out there.
Done.
I put up with it for 2 more months, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't.
Trooper.
No, how it is with Taylor is sometimes she'll come in and she usually likes horror movies but not slashers. So I could be watching the slasher and she'll come in and she'll start talking shit about it, and I'm literally like, Taylor, just go in the other room if you don't have anything nice to say. She's watched like all of Friday the 13th and like all the Halloweens and Elm Streets. Like she's watched them all once, but usually she shits on slash. But when I was watching Bloody Birthday the other day, she sat down and watched the whole last half because she found it really interesting.
Bro, I broke up with her before Logan. And I'm not ashamed to say, I am not ashamed to say that Logan makes me cry. You can still be a man and cry. It's true.
John Kyle likes Speed 2.
No,
Speed 2 is the best.
A movie's truly good if it can get
exactly. It's a masterpiece.
Eric, have you seen Speed 2?
I haven't seen. I didn't even know there was a second one. Honestly, based on your
terrible
reaction, Corey, I think that's a good thing.
It's terrible, but I love it. I love it so much.
Oh God!
Wait, how bad could it be?
Corey, how bad
it's bad. It's on a slow moving boat. It's literally on a slow moving boat, and it's not a fast paced movie at all.
Then why is it called
terrible?
The only reason it's called Speed is because they brought back Sandra Bullock. And they're like, we got to call it Speed again.
We're on a
Keanu
boat.
Reeves
moving shit. In your movie's an oxymoron. Literally, your movie title is an oxymoron for the movie that you're watching.
We have to.
Keanu Reeves skipped out on it too. He didn't appear in Speed 2.
We have to keep this boat below 10 miles per hour.
No lie. No lie, they were talking about doing a sequel in a plane where like it had to be like in a certain altitude or it would blow up. But they didn't though.
It's too freaking funny. But Speed is awesome. Speed's a dope movie.
Love
I
Speed.
like that one.
What's your number one, Derek? And Taylor?
And I'm pretty sure Desmond will have the same one. But I mean, come on. Gotta go with Robocop. I'm not playing any games here. Robocop.
So I didn't pick that one because I knew you would. So I was like, let me pick something that isn't gonna get picked. So I did pick Predator.
Nice.
Ooh,
And this
shit
shit
to talk about it anyway.
This shit is manly as fuck. Turn you into
Their arm wrestling, their muscles are bulging.
Son of a bitch.
Derek, you redeemed yourself according to John Kyle.
I love, and I haven't reviewed RoboCop on my channel yet, believe it or not. Actually, need to review all three eventually. But here's Taylor's number one, so you won't see this coming. Taylor is obsessed with this movie, and she watches it several times a year since I've known her. She'll watch this movie 3 or 4 times a year. I'm not even playing. And I told her, because we were debating, I was like, an action movie. I was like, I think we would call it an action movie. So she picked Twister as her number one, with Bill Paxton and all that. And I gotta say, it is a pretty awesome movie too. And I thought it was an action movie, so I told her to pick it. So that's her number one. And I literally make fun of her because I'll come in the other watching a movie and it'll be Twister. I'm like, didn't you just watch that like 2 weeks ago? And she was like, yeah, I wanted to watch it again. So.
So
let's go. Let's talk about some Speed.
I gotta confess, I've never seen Twister.
I've seen it.
All right, do we want to start with Corey for your number one?
Is it Speed? Speed is the definition of like never letting up in a movie. Like besides the opening, which is already an action scene where like it's in an elevator, after they get into the bus, the movie literally never stops. And I usually am not a giant fan of that, but I think it's so well done in this movie. Like it's just so well done with the action, and it's such a scary idea too, like being stuck in this bus where like one person is in control of everybody, has to keep it at certain speed. And then if it goes down low enough, it's got to stay, I think, higher. I can't remember, but it's just so well done. Really, really love it. And Dennis Hopper is a fantastic villain as well in the movie. He's so fun.
Again, this was like another film that I watched in theaters, and it was the scene where they make it over that big piece of the bridge that's missing. When that scene came up in theaters, like everyone was like, "Whoa, how did they do that? How did they make that scene happen?" Because this was like before. I mean, there was CGI a little bit then, but not as much as there is today, obviously. So it was like, whoa, how did they make that happen? And then people trying to get off the bus and how it's like there's the cameras watching them with the news reporters. That is just such a fun movie. And even calling Sandra Bullock a wildcat, and that's how they figure out that he's able to see them inside of the bus.
Yeah.
How he knows what's going on. I love all those layers. That honestly, seeing you talk about it makes me want to rewatch Speed. I haven't seen it in years. I love that movie.
Oh, buy this 2-pack with Speed and Speed 2.
I want me to watch the one.
I want you to see it just to see what you'll think.
Pay more for just one.
Derek, you might like it. Go and watch it.
How bad could it be?
How bad could it be? You can see it one time and then that's it.
Now, I'll say kind of what I said in the group chat earlier, Corey, because I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't get like really specific with it. But I will say, like, It probably has the best suspense and tension movie I've ever seen. Because, like you said, once they get on the bus and the bus gets going, like it puts you on the edge of your seat, and you just can't look away. So like the movie is really effective, and you get so many like cookie cutter bullshit movies out there. That movie has such a unique storyline, and I always appreciate when a movie's really done something unique and different. So like Speed is it's an awesome movie and well acted too.
Yeah. Yes. And I love too how many times they fail to try to get out of the bus while they're stuck in that. Like a lot of people try to escape and they get shot at, or like they're just set to like go over a bridge, like stuff like that. Just all the obstacles too make it so scary.
Yeah.
And then it also has the final like thing where they get out of the bus, but then they get under it into a train. Like it never lets up. Just so awesome. But yeah, just great.
All right, I think it's Derek is up next.
You're excited to talk about Robocop. So Robocop very well might be like top 3 all-time movies for me, but I think like Robocop is the perfect movie. It's got like great acting, it's got great pacing. For an action movie, it's gory as hell. Like Robocop is like super gory, but what I really love about it, it kind of goes back to what we said earlier. I love action movies that have like that revenge storyline to me. Like it's really effective. And man, Murphy gets like the brutal death that I've ever seen. Like he gets his hand shot off. They shoot him like 50 times and all that. And then like he gets the flashbacks in his head, and then he goes on his revenge tour. And oh my God, it's so satisfying when he gets them all back. Now, I'll say this. My favorite scene is actually not the end. I can't remember if we talked before, Desmond. My favorite scene is actually when he busts into the cocaine factory and he kills like all those guys. And then Clarence Boddicker, who's an absolutely iconic and amazing villain. And he's like, I'm not telling you shit. Spitz throws him out a couple of windows, throws him through a couple of windows, and then he starts telling him everything. I work for Dick Jones, which for whatever reason always makes me and that's another thing to add is the humor is just perfect in this movie. Like there's so many humorous lines you can quote. I'll let Desmond quote some of the funny moments in this movie because I know you know them too.
Bitches leave. That's my favorite line of the whole movie. I love that line.
And then the really dumb ones, and don't forget the reaction. The really dumb one's like, "Are you gonna call me?" Like,
oh my God, yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Or like the buddy the one dude that gets all the toxic stuff on him, and he's like walking in the middle of the road. He's like, and he gets hit by the car. Yeah, he just bursts everywhere. He explodes. It's the best. I love RoboCop. I mean, what can you?
And then all Murphy's one-liners.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you guys this. I have seen RoboCop, but I don't remember it. I need to rewatch it.
Get the Arrow release. The Arrow video release. Derek's got it. I got it. It's amazing.
I know. Everybody keeps saying that's great. Great release. I might have to do it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's such a great release. The packaging is beautiful. Yeah, it's gorgeous packaging. Really good special effects. You've only seen the remake, Emma? No! You gotta watch the original.
That remake was,
The original was the best one.
Desmond, that's why she never saw another movie. She fucking saw the remake first, and it killed her love for RoboCop. I'm not normally one to bash on remakes. I hate that person who always bashes on remakes just because the remakes. I'm not that type of person. But the remake of RoboCop is fucking dead to me. It's like top 5 worst remakes of all time. it's so fucking to the original story.
They neutered it. They neutered the original film. There's none of the blood, none of the violence, and and it's also like that's part of like Paul Verhoeven. He's making a commentary about the violence. Like that's what it's all about. A lot of his films have that kind of commentary about something about society. And that's one of them is, and even like the news reports, they don't have the kind of news reports that they did in the first RoboCop. Like that original RoboCop with all of the the commercials and the freaking news reports, those were hilarious. Those were awesome.
I remember that in the remake. It was so weird having those commercials, but they didn't feel like they meant anything in the remake.
Okay, so Emma,
the news.
You own the trilogy, but never got around to checking it out. In my opinion, personally, I've seen the other movies, but for me, the first one is the only one that I really love. The other ones are okay, I think. But that first movie is a classic. Like Paul Verhoeven directing that, Total Recall, and Starship Troopers, like. Those three films there are some of the best action movies around from that director alone.
Yeah.
How I kind of feel about the sequels, it's kind of like Desmond. The first RoboCop is like an A+ to me, and I think 2 and 3 have their moments and they're worth a watch. Off the top of my head, I would say 2 and 3 would be like B-, C+ movies. Like they're definitely worth a one-time watch, but I don't think they quite have the rewatch factor of the first RoboCop. And the remake was also missing that revenge storyline that was really good in the original too. So like the remake just feels like it has no soul.
John Kyle just said.
It took 9 minutes to get his hand blown off. I could have got my breadsticks by now at Olive Garden.
Oh my God, John Kyle. He is on it tonight. He's got the jokes.
John Kyle is on it with a vengeance tonight.
The worst remake is Ghostbuster 2016. I agree with that one. I just watched the original Ghostbusters yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way. 2016 is still a pile of trash.
I watched that and thought it was just mediocre. I never hated it. I was just like, it's not anything special. Like I thought that I never hated it.
Are you talking about the All Girls remake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no intent to ever see it.
It sucks, in my opinion.
You're a pistis.
My pistis. Words and things.
Well, to be fair, I like the Psycho remake just by watching it. Like, it's bad, but I can watch it.
Corey. Me and Derek had like the same face. No. We both had the same facial expression. We're both like,
like, oh my God! Like he just saw somebody get shot.
That face when your friendship is tested. That's the meme for me and Desmond's face. When your friendship with someone is truly tested.
That was good.
When your friend says they like the Psycho remake. We need an intervention. We need to sit down. We need to talk.
You need to go. I need to go into therapy.
How bad could it be?
How bad could it be? Turns out it's watchable, but it's bad.
Pretty bad. Should I go through my number one?
Yes.
It is Predator. This movie will turn you into a sexual Tyrannosaurus. I ain't got time to bleed. Dude, Predator is, again, another super manly movie. My balls dropped watching that movie with and it was just like, fuck yeah. The Predator looks awesome. It's hilarious that Jean-Claude Van Damme was the original Predator in that stupid costume. And then I think he got fired from it because he was getting like heat exhaustion inside of the costume. So they totally changed it. And I'm so glad they did, because the Predator that they ended up going with is just a badass killer. By the way, the video game kind of sucks. I've been playing it a little bit, not great. But this movie is just badass. Cool effects, awesome action scenes, tons of blood and guts. It gets right into the action. You know, at first it's one movie where they're going in and it's a freaking, you know, they're trying to take down these you know, trying to find like these like paperwork about the people that have been taken hostage. And then now from going from a rescue mission, it comes down to like being extracted from the jungle where they're being hunted. You know, they were the ones that were the hunters. Now they're being hunted, and each one of them taken down one by one. And it's such an amazing movie. There's nothing quite like it. It's incredible. And John McTiernan directed it. Same director as Die Hard.
In Commando too, right? Didn't he do Commando?
I
can't remember.
No, that's Mark L. Lester.
What am I thinking of? I thought he did another action movie similar.
I gotta look up the other movies.
I get it mixed up.
But John McTiernan did do Die Hard.
Okay. John.
Oh, and Last Action Hero as well, and The Hunt for Red October. So a lot
Maybe
of
that I'm thinking of Last Action Hero. I think.
Yeah, he's done a lot of fantastic action films.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this about Predator. I think it's like expert storytelling because I love how they make the men out to be badasses. I love the scene where like they take out all the gorillas, like they just like mow through like the whole camp of like soldiers in the jungle, and then the second movie and the Predator comes in. So like they really establish that these men are like super well trained, best of the best, badasses. So like it just feels like crazy to you when the Predator just destroys them. And how original of an idea was the Predator with like the weapons it has and how it sees in infrared and how it can camouflage itself and be invisible. Like the Predator has to be like one of the most creative and unique movie villains of all time. Like, oh my God, Predator is one of those movies. I don't give an A+ rating too often, but Predator's an A+ for me. Like absolutely no negatives at all.
It seriously never gets old, no matter how many times I watch this film. Every single time, it's enjoyable. Just like with like Die Hard and Terminator 2. Only reason why I didn't pick those ones is because those are picked a lot in lists, and I wanted to do some movies that don't get picked as often. And I feel like Predator is like, oh, it's so good. The Rock is cool. Yes, The Rock is great, but I mean, it doesn't hold a candle to Predator.
Yeah, The Rock's fun. I've only seen it once.
It's fine. It's a Michael Bay movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool to see Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage.
You guys
together.
ready for Taylor?
Yeah.
Taylor's back, and I talked about it earlier. How you watch it like 6 times a year.
This is like my favorite.
So
movie.
Taylor's back.
Okay, so nobody laughed at me. So this movie, like I grew up with it. Me and my brother both are obsessed with this movie, and my brother actually is a meteorologist to this day. So it's really interesting. So this movie is my number one. It's probably one of my most absolute favorite movies in the world. I have no shame. I picked Twister. So I love this movie. So Steven Spielberg actually produced, and then Corey will love this. The person who actually directed Speed actually directed this as well. So
yeah, what's his name? I forgot what his name is.
Amazing.
Jan de Bont.
Jan
de Bont. Jan de Bont.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really awesome. I really love everything about this movie. And it doesn't have a lot of boring points in it to me. And to me, it just has rewatchability. He laughs at me, but I love this movie. So you've got Helen Hunt, you've got Bill Paxton. And then for those that don't know, the premise of this movie is so a bunch of storms are coming through. I guess they live in Oklahoma.
Tornado Alley.
Yeah, where this takes place. So, Helen Hunt, it starts out like her dad when she was really young. So pretty much her mission from that point on, growing up, was I'm gonna chase storms and I'm gonna come up with something to give advance warning and so that nothing else like this happens to anybody else. And then so Bill Paxton's in it, and you have a really good cast with it. So basically they're just going on this hunt for tornadoes, and you can see all sorts of stuff. There's a scene where there's a cow floating around.
Everybody knows that scene.
Yeah, it's really, it's really known. And then Universal, I don't know if they have it anymore. They used to actually have a Twister ride at Universal. So it was really neat. Like, you could get on the ride. Yeah, Universal actually used to have this as a ride. So you could get on it, and it would take you through everything. And I think I never rode it myself, but the last point of the ride, you actually get sucked up into the tornado. I've heard it was really neat. So I don't know if they still do that or not. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. And he laughs at me because I watch it all the time.
No, it's good though. Like, I like it. It's a good movie. It's got good pacing. It's got nice acting.
The acting is good.
The only thing I don't like is the ending is kind of stupid. The fact that like they hold on to that thing, and I don't buy.
Yeah, but
that would work. Yeah, but like that they would have a strong enough grip, like on their hands, to not be thrown away by the tornado. But that's like a "so you're telling me" moment, John.
So you're telling me.
No, but I really.
So you're telling me their grip their hands was stronger than the pull of the tornado.
So this was.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm hearing is. Just messing with.
Oh my god.
We're getting a little insight into what happens when you two get into a debate.
Oh god.
To be fair, you could argue that in Aliens too. Whenever she's hanging on, like whenever all this hanging onto that thing, like she should probably have gotten thrown out.
Yeah, but she's Ripley. She can do anything.
That's true. Yeah, Ripley's awesome.
Have you guys seen? So it's a little off topic, but we got into heated discussions, and like I didn't mean it obviously to like hurt him, but I got so frustrated. I picked up the closest thing to me, and I literally threw a potato at him across the room, and it's a true story. And Tiger King actually on Netflix was talking about, I guess, Carol Baskin said that her husband, like they got into an altercation or an argument. It was so funny because she, I guess, said that she threw him.
And I just looked at
we just looked at each other like, what? And it was, she said, I had to try to get away. I was like, oh,
I was like, she threw a potato at him and then she killed him. I was like, I guess I know what's next for me.
This is how it starts.
I used to actually be really scared of tornadoes. Like,
I thought you were going to say I used to be really scared of potatoes.
No, I'm scared of fish.
I used to
small fish. Oh, as hell.
Fish are cool.
I'm terrified of fish. Like,
and they're delicious.
I know. Like, I won't swim anywhere that I can't see. Like me moving to Florida, I'm really gonna have to try to come out of that. But I'm terrified of fish. He thinks it's funny, but I'm like, it's not funny. Like I honestly,
it is funny.
Like actually. I can't even go to the pro shop. I have an anxiety attack. Like at the pro shop, I can't even approach the tank because I have anxiety.
And it happens. She sees like the big bass and stuff, and like she starts like freaking out. They are kind of weird looking.
I want to go back to the potato incident. So, was this a raw potato? Was it a baked potato? Was it a mashed potato? Was it like a little red potato or like a big ass raw potato?
This was like a raw Idaho potato.
Damn! Did it actually hit his head?
I got so pissed. No, it missed him.
It didn't. I don't even think she actually hit me with it. I was like, "Did you just throw a potato at me?"
I stopped and I looked at him and I laughed.
Oh my god.
Like he knows push buttons all the time. He like
I can see
No,
that.
I don't know what
yes,
you're talking
you do.
about.
I
I'm
can
the
totally see that happening.
I am the peacekeeper. He does. He will push you to the point where you want to strangle him with your bare hands. Like he makes me so
He
mad.
pushes you to the point where you gotta throw a raw potato at him.
Yes.
You know what,
He
Derek?
makes me so mad that I
This potato would look really good on your face right now.
call me Mrs. Potato Head, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Oh,
Lord.
that's so adorable. You should get like a
He
portrait
is my best
together.
friend though.
Aww.
Of holding a potato.
I know
You
you
guys
need
want
to
to do
be.
some honorable mentions?
I do. I just love the potato story. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's do some honorable mentions.
It is a true story.
Yeah, it's a true story.
I
He
have
will
3.
push your buttons in. He will follow. He follows me.
Okay.
I don't have 3 buttons. I got 1.
I'm gonna show 3 honorable mentions really quick. Well, not really quick. I'm just gonna show them on the screen. But so the first one, the Raid Redemption, along with the sequel, the Raid 2, and last but certainly not least, Dread.
I've only seen the first Raid.
Wow,
I haven't seen
Okay. The 2 Raid movies are incredible. Like some of the best martial arts that you'll see on screen. Really great action scenes. It's directed by Gareth Evans, who also did a segment in VHS 2. Have you seen VHS 2, either one of you?
No, I haven't.
I've seen all of them, but I don't remember them that well.
Okay. Well, he did a segment in VHS 2, which is probably my favorite segment in that too. But the action, the gore is great in both of these movies. And the second film, there's like a dude who actually gets like his jaw ripped from his face during a big prison battle. It's insane. It's amazing. The acrobatics that all of these guys do in this film are incredible, and the action never stops. It's just nonstop action. And then, of course, Dread is fantastic. Judge Dredd is better. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to stick.
Still
I'm
haven't
gonna
seen
have to
Judge
say,
Dredd.
this Dredd is this is Dredd. This is how he is in the comic books. And people often mistake that this film, The Raid, copied Dread, but they were actually made at the same time. So there was no way that they could have copied one another. And actually, I think Dread was actually made before The Raid Redemption, but Dread got delayed, I believe. That's it. My honorable mentions.
Nice. I guess I'll put a few.
I got a few too. So
you can go first, Derek.
Okay, so I want to ask y'all if you ever seen this movie, because I've always loved this movie, and I've heard a lot of people don't like it, and I don't really understand why. I'm gonna go with like the Thomas Jane Punisher. Oh my god, like I love this movie so much. Like it's got like that revenge storyline again, and it's got so many great scenes. Like I love how he makes like the main bad guy like kill his best friend and his girlfriend by like tricking him. And then the scene where he kills that one guy, he's like, what kind of idiot brings a knife to a gunfight? And he presses the knife and like shoots him in the throat with it. Like the knife ejects out. like It is such an underrated like superhero movie. Have y'all ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Have you seen Punisher Warzone?
I didn't like it. I
didn't
I don't
like
know what it was. I didn't like that one.
That movie cracks me.
It felt, from what I remember, it felt really cheap. It felt really cheap when I was watching it, and it rubbed me the wrong way. I haven't watched it in years though, but like I didn't like how low budget it felt.
I'm telling you, I watched this with like friends of mine. We smoked a bunch of pot. We watched this movie, we watched Punisher Warzone, and we laughed our asses off. That movie is incredible
Oh,
to
I can
laugh
see
at.
that for sure. So here's some of my other honorable mentions that I got. So you could really go with any movies in this franchise, but I had to go with Rambo, First Blood Part 2, because like I'm a big history buff, and like I like that this one takes place in the jungles of Vietnam, and the action is crazy. Like once they kill his girlfriend in the last act, like he kills like so many people, and he's shooting them with like exploding bow and arrows, and people are getting hit and they're like exploding. I was like, oh my god, this is like an 11 out of 10. But Rambo is just, oh my god. I love First Blood. The only Rambo movie I don't like in the franchise is Part 3. Like I even like Last Blood. Like the newest one, I thought it was good too.
Yeah,
What do you think, Desmond?
I haven't seen the newest one. What do you guys think of it? You and Corey, I've never seen the new one.
Which one are we talking about?
Rambo Last Blood. Have you guys seen that one? I haven't seen it before.
No, I still haven't seen that one. I've seen all the others.
I have to leave.
I hear it's good.
Oh,
Derek's gone. What? His computer,
us.
he started freezing for a second before he left, so I think he'll come back in a second.
He was doing this.
If he's gone for the moment, I'll give my honorable mentions. Throughout the chat and just hearing you guys talk, I forgot that I definitely would have put Casino Royale, James Bond. I really love that movie. I would have put that on. And also the first Die Hard. And there's some other movie I was going to pick. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Shane Black. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
That movie's awesome.
With
Gina Davis.
Yeah.
And Samuel Jackson. That one is really
super
fun.
underrated.
It is.
Underrated movie.
It's really, really entertaining, and I really like it a lot. And he did all the Lethal Weapon movies and stuff
and
too.
She's a badass in that movie too. How she like loses her memory, and then all of a sudden she's like this badass chick just kicking ass.
There's something about Gina Davis that makes her so awesome in that movie, just in general too. She's really great. But yeah, that's another one. I can't think of any others, but I think those would be my honorable mentions.
I'm letting you know, Emma. Letting you know right now, Emma, that I'm gonna watch Rambo Last Blood. Absolutely.
That's 10 out of 10. Back me up there.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I still need to see that, but that movie was like in the theater for like a week and then it went away. Like I don't think it did that well.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't doing well whenever they released it. Well, it came out last year.
Did it come out last year or was it beginning of this year?
I think it said it was like September or October last year, I think. But it was only there for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, damn, that wasn't enough time.
Right. Yeah. That's surprising for a Stallone movie. You know, because like Stallone movies are usually
they usually last longer in the theater.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice to see you.
He just popped in real quick to say hi.
Oh, apparently they're making a part 6.
Oh, yeah. I gotta watch the new one. So no spoilers.
I do need to see that one. I need to see that and John Wick 3. I need to see those 2 action movies.
John Wick 3 is a ton of fun. You're gonna have a blast with that one, man. For sure.
Well, and you also mentioned I already knew she was in this, but it's awesome to have Halle Berry in it. That's awesome to see her again. I haven't seen her in anything really much recently.
Yeah, I know. She hasn't been in a whole lot. Do you ever watch Chris Stuckman's videos?
Yeah, did you watch his Catwoman review? I didn't get to see it. I knew he
so
just put it up
good.
today. I need to watch
so
that
good.
in his Electra video, like he did both of those.
Both of them are good, but the Catwoman one, because it's a hilariosity.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so freaking funny.
Oh no, Derek said he won't be back unless it restarts. He'll just be in the chat.
Okay. Oh, bummer, dude.
So we might go for just a little bit longer. We've talked for over 2 hours. So we could probably wrap it up if you got anything else to say. I'm trying to think if there's anything else because we both said our honorable mentions.
Yeah, well, I wanted to plug something for folks in the chat and for you and Derek. Yeah, I partnered with Black Fawn Distribution over on my YouTube channel, Desmond's Flicks. If you check out my channel and check out my review for Bite, be sure to like it, comment, subscribe. And if you do all that, you can enter into this giveaway that I'm doing with them. We're going to be giving away 3 copies of one of their films from Black Fawn Distributions. They are a small indie horror company. Well, just small indie film company. But they do a lot of really cool small indie films. So if you want to go and check it out, check out my YouTube channel and you can enter in to win. And then I'll be giving the names of the winners on this Friday on my Instagram page.
And I just put on your link too.
Thanks, man.
In the chat. Yep.
Awesome.
And I haven't even watched that review yet. I usually don't watch every review until I see the movie first, but I'll probably watch that one pretty soon though.
Plus, you can go ahead and enter a giveaway if you leave a comment. So
yes. Yep.
And I have 3 copies, so there's 3 winners.
Honorable mentions for Taylor Labyrinth. Labyrinth is fun. Oh, Star Wars Episode 3. Yeah. And The Crow.
The action in Revenge of the Sith is good. I like that one.
Yeah, that's like my second favorite. but The Crow too. I've seen The Crow. I don't remember it that well. Do you remember The Crow?
Okay. The first one, yeah. Oh my god, I love that film. It's
okay.
It's a really heartbreaking movie to watch, knowing that's how Brandon Lee died. Speaking of Brandon Lee, his movie Rapid Fire is pretty cool too. He made that probably like 2 years before he died, but that is really good.
Rapid Fire, okay. I think I've heard of that one, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, he did another one with Dolph Lundgren called Trouble in Little Tokyo. Big Trouble in Little Tokyo.
Oh, I always think, even though it's not related to Big Trouble in Little China, I always think it's like a sequel because like the name is so similar.
Yeah,
Big Showdown in Little Tokyo. That just sounds so similar.
It's really cool. It's a cool movie.
So I was going to say, before we go, I'm going to mention what I've got coming up, and I want to ask you what you've got coming up first on your channel. I know Derek's got, I'm trying to remember what Derek's mentioned recently. He can put it in the comments what he's got recently coming up on his channel. But what do you got coming up on yours, Desmond?
So I'm still working on the Final Destination franchise review. That's the next big franchise I'm working on. My franchise reviews are basically taking all the films in a franchise and then I review them all in one big video. I recently did the Saw franchise review, and after Final Destination, I'll be doing A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I'm really excited to jump into some of the bigger franchises. And then after that, I have a couple of other films I'm going to be reviewing. One of them is for another small indie film called The Wretched. And that'll be coming out later this week. So that's what I'm working on right now. And also a new podcast episode with the director of Bite, Chad Archibald. I interviewed him on my podcast. You can find that anywhere you can find podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, all that good stuff. Just look for Desmond's Flicks.
So what I've got coming up is I have been doing videos every Monday and Friday. So I've already got 5 videos I've got stored for the rest of the month. And I've got my monthly watches video where I just talk about every movie I've watched this month. And then I've got an Arrow collection coming up. And then I've got a review for Basket Case 2, which I'm really excited for because that one was really fun. And what else do I got? I got the It's Alive rankings for the trilogy. And then the Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man, which was really, really good. I really liked it. Have you seen that? The original Wicker Man?
I have, a long time ago.
So good. Yeah. I was like, wow, it's better than the Nick Cage one. I can't believe it.
The bees, not the bees.
Oh my God. No, it was a really good movie. I was so surprised. And Derek kept telling me that it was really good too. Like he kept mentioning that as well.
I'm looking forward to checking out that review, dude. I'm interested to hear what you got to say about it. I've been really digging what you've been doing with your reviews lately, with the whole, doing the green screen and everything. I dig it, man. It's really cool.
I need to get some lights, I think. I mean, I think I'm doing good, but I think I need to get lights because it has like a shadow reflection on it. Like even if it's a color changed, it like still shows a shadow. Do you notice that? Like it's not like
It's not like super duper noticeable, but I mean, yeah,
just always something to think about improving. But yeah, I like what I'm doing though. Yeah, definitely.
I dig it, man. Yeah, I really dig it.
Sweet. And I just did a review for The Craft, which was really fun.
I gotta watch that one. I
finally just watched it. And that one was so fun. Fairuza Balk was awesome in that movie.
Oh my god. I watched that when I was a kid with my dad. I think I told you this. I watched this with my dad. And I also saw Fear with my dad.
Oh, I remember because you were saying how awkward it was.
It was so awkward. The freaking, what's it called? The roller coaster scene?
Yes. That one that one was really I didn't watch that one as a kid.
Yeah, it's not a good scene to watch with your dad.
No, that stuff already makes me feel awkward just watching with my dad. Like just any age, it's just like it's weird, you know. Yeah. But are you ready to call it quits? We clocked in at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh damn! Yeah. Sure,
sweet. Because I'm gonna be because I'm gonna do some more reviews getting ready tonight, and it was awesome hanging with both of you guys. Derek, I know you can't say anything, but it was cool hanging with you too.
I mean, Derek, whatever. I like Taylor more anyway. So.
Oh, and Taylor too, but she left for a little while ago. But yeah, it was really fun. So I'm gonna end the broadcast right now, and thanks everybody for watching.